Hey everybody, it is nighttime in the Balance household, and I wanted to go ahead and get a quick video to you because I know my day is going to be pretty full tomorrow, and I wanted to get this into your hands. I'm going to share some tips on when you're shopping and starting to choose the food that you're going to eat while doing your workouts and doing your meal prep and looking at your eating guide. So the first thing is to make sure that to help you simplify your shopping, that you choose, just take a look at each of your food groups, okay? It's broken down. You've got your protein, your veggies, your fruit, your carbs and healthy fats, and what's the other one? Seeds, right? So make sure when you're looking at those that you don't try to shop everything on the list. Just pick your top 2 to 4 items. I will make 3 to 4 items that you know you would eat, okay? Don't try to get all exotic, especially in week 1. Just look for foods that look familiar to you, that you would normally eat anyway. You know, I mean, obviously, if you are used to eating white bread, we're looking at wanting to make whole grain choices, maybe, sprouted bread even for even better choice, but go with what you know you're going to eat so you don't waste, okay? You want to make sure that as you're choosing your food items for your shopping list, that you're keeping in mind your budget. Like I said, not getting all 10 or 50 options for protein, but choosing 3 to 4 that you will eat this week, okay? If you're not meal planning, especially, it can be really helpful if you are planning your meals out and deciding, okay, I'm going to eat, chicken 3 days a week. I'm going to have fish twice for dinner. And then, I'm going to get some steak for steak salads and dinner on the weekend with some sweet potatoes, So you're planning the meals ahead of time. That will help you keep your grocery shopping in budget, and also just making sure that you have a plan so you're less likely to deviate from it and, eat something else off your shelf if you're only shopping for what you've planned to eat. Okay, so if you, however, are not planning on meal prepping, all right, if you are not planning on or planning your meals, if you are absolutely not going to do that, I still would recommend that you just choose 3 to 4 items from each of your food groups, that I mentioned, of foods that you know you'll eat and that you'll grab to prepare your meals from, okay? Don't overthink it. Keep it simple, all right? Also keep in mind the shelf life of your produce, especially. If you're buying meat, Donald and I, we like to buy our meats in bulk. We'll go to Costco and we'll buy them in bulk. We can get ground turkey and chicken breasts in huge packets that last us for weeks. If we, they have perforated, separated edges. Let me show you real quick. Yeah, here we go. So like this, see that? So that's chicken, but you see how they're separated? And that's perforated right there. So we can easily separate these out per meal and just pull them from the freezer to thaw as we need, cook them, and we'll keep the rest of them here frozen for the rest of the week. Okay. And they have some just like that, packaged the same way, of ground turkey. And I'm telling you, oh my goodness, it's been a lifesaver. I have some thawing in there right now because I know that I'm going to be wanting to prep soon for the week ahead. Okay, so also just keep in mind your lifestyle. Don't get a whole bunch of foods that require refrigeration if you know that you are gonna be on the road a lot this week or traveling a lot, and the food is going to spoil before you can get to it. Start thinking of easy, quick things that you can bring with you, and put, little baggies and pouches in your purse or in your a lunch bag or some kind of sack or a little box, or I don't know, bring your container and use that, and just start thinking outside the box a little bit, okay? To help it fit your lifestyle, all right? And then don't forget Shakeology. Shakeology is a lifesaver for me. It makes a quick breakfast in the morning. I can get a protein, a healthy fat, veggies, and fruit, even a carb if I wanted to, all rolled into that one shake. It's a lifesaver in that same kind of way for a quick lunch or dinner even. If I'm running behind on my containers because for some reason I didn't eat very well, and I didn't get all of my protein, or I didn't get all of my vegetables in for the day, I'll just shove them in there and blend it in, right? I kind of am out of the habit of cooking with oils. So if I'm not planning on having a spoon of peanut butter, gasp, I know some of us, we love peanut butter, so we can't go a day without it. But if it just so happens to be one of those days that I'm not planning on having a nut butter, then I'll put a coconut oil in my Shakeology to help me get that healthy fat in, okay? And especially if I'm going to work out within the next, hour or two or whatever, because it'll help fuel my workout. All right, and then don't forget that gets budgeted into your grocery shopping list as one of your meals. Shakeology is a meal replacement shake. All right, so, and then I think I already mentioned this. Look for items that you would normally eat, especially when you're looking at feeding your whole family and looking for foods that your husband, your spouse, your children would also enjoy eating. And then, just save, like, if you've never had eggplant, then, maybe choose eggplant that week as your one new thing you're going to try, and then next week choose something else. If you've never tried coconut oil, try coconut oil. You have a lifetime ahead of you of making new healthy choices and discovering new foods that you've never tried before. But that can be a fun thing. If you've never roasted vegetables before, that is an awesome way to try a whole bunch of different vegetables in a different way that actually tastes really yummy, especially for people who don't necessarily enjoy raw vegetables and you haven't yet, mastered sauteing them, or steaming them, or you're not a big fan of sauteing or steaming or whatever. Try roasting. Always an option. All right, so the last thing, and choose your splurges wisely when you're trying to stay in budget. Again, staying to a list, making a plan, not trying to get everything all at once, especially in week one, okay? It'll wind up being overwhelming and you'll just abandon your plan, and what good is that? Okay, we want to make progress and we want to keep it simple so that we stick to it, all right, and that it fits our life. And we can adopt these new habits easily. So the very last tip is when you're choosing your foods, especially when following the 21-day fix, if you will pay attention to your tier 1 or your top foods of your list, those are going to be the ones that you want to eat for your best results. They're all allowed. All the foods on the suggested list are allowed, but this is just a little inside trick that they are lower in calories, but they have more nutrients. So your body's nutritional needs are getting met at just a little bit higher or better of a degree than with the other foods. So, you know, if you're really wanting to dial in, you know, maybe if not week 1 or week 2, maybe consider it for your 3rd week when you're like, man, I really want to get serious. I kind of feel pretty confident about it and about where I'm at now and trying new things. So maybe then you could focus on that. But definitely keep this simple. I'll share some more meal planning tips and how we do it in my family later, but I think that's enough for tonight. Yeah? All right, y'all have a good day or good night, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.